Hey guys, it's Core Ross and welcome to 6 News. Today we are testing the mid-season balancing for Year 6 Season 1. And what we're testing today is Ace's new interaction with Mira's windows, Tachanka's wide range of buffs, and also the DMR change when it comes to scopes. There's also a few tiny changes that we won't be covering in this because it's just like damage reduction to guns and stuff for Jackal and Jaeger, but if you want to check up on that, I've got a previous video on all the patch notes for the mid-season. So let's start by testing out all the different Chanker buffs that are coming with this patch. And of course this is all test server right now, so it could be that none of this makes into the game, but most likely most of it will. And the first thing we're going to look at is the area effect of their fire grenades. This is how it currently is on the live servers right now. You can see that it's quite a small area and it burns out quite quickly. This is the new one. You might notice that it's a little bit bigger. It's not much bigger. It's about 40 centimeters in diameter larger, so that's not much. It's 20 centimeters each side. But if you watch them side by side, you'll notice that the new one has a faster fuse, it's got a bigger radius, and it burns longer. Now, none of it makes massive differences separately, but together, it's all pretty good changes overall. Now, another change that I think is the more significant one here is that the actual drop from the grenade is going from 8 meters to 20. So for instance here, I aimed at that hole, but my grenade dropped and hit the wall and didn't go through. Here it is again on the new version on the test server. I'm able to fire it through that hole and actually get it there. No problem. This is going to make insane trick shots very, very easy. And you can set up like trap areas on the other side of the map that you can fire your grenade all the way to and just go through a couple of very safe holes and walls in order to do it. And if you have a Valkyrie cam or something set up in the right position to let you know when someone's coming, it is going to be so good. So trick shots with this thing is going to be absolutely insane. And out of all the changes, that's the most likely, I think, not to make it if it gets tweaked on the test server. And if it does, Coconut Bra is going to have a lot of fun making videos with this. Now, we're going from a significant change to a tiny change to the point of where you blink, you will miss it. And that is simply putting away your gun and pulling out your gun. This is the LMG, is slightly faster. And I mean slightly. It is like almost not noticeable whatsoever when you even see them side by side. Another interesting change is that the grenade launcher now holds a total of 7 grenades in the magazine. This means you can fire off 7 fire grenades in a row, which is definitely very, very intimidating when you see it in person. And that's up from 5 on the live version. Now moving on to Ace, who in this mid-season is one of the best attackers when it comes to win rate and pick rate. He's doing pretty damn well. Well, the developers gave him a nerf, but I would say he's had a pretty significant buff. So this is how he is on the current live servers right now up against Mira windows. And as you can see, he's unable to destroy them. He would have to directly destroy everything around them in order to actually blow up the Mira window. This is him on the new mid-season version where he's been nerfed and he can now destroy Mira windows entirely. Not just that, they only barely need to touch the Mira window as well. So this is a significant buff to Ace and is absolutely amazing. Like, this is a wonderful addition to his versatility. And with Mira being up in the high ban rate, I suspect this is more of a nerf to Mira than it is to Ace. Like I say, with Ace, I actually think it's a really good buff. Maybe too good. He's so versatile compared to Thermite and Hibana. So yeah, amazing change here. Now I'm going to quickly jump back to Chanker here, and this is just an example. So Tachanka is in that doorway right there, and he's able to fire that grenade all the way to me. And he was aiming directly at me. He didn't even have to aim up in order to do it, just to show how that range changes stuff. Now, if we jump onto the old version and do exactly the same thing, and I'm actually literally aiming up when firing these ones, you'll notice that I cannot even get halfway. That's how big a difference the new drop is on Chanker's grenade launcher, and that is more than enough range for anything inside the building to do any kind of fun with it and do any kind of trick shots. And for outside, getting to spawn point should be relatively easy. So yeah, like I say, amazing. And the last thing we're going to talk about today is DMRs, specifically on attack. they're being changed so that they can use different sights. So all their 1Xs are going away. So you can still use iron sights technically, but they are usually pretty rubbish. And you've got the 1.5, now the 2.0, the 2.5 and the 3.0. So you can use whatever you want when it comes to range scopes on the DMRs. This is a wonderful change. And here's a quick example of what these all look like. And yeah, this is, you know, just simply great. It would be nice if the 1Xs were still there, because I'm all for choice, preferably. But we are able to put any of the range scopes on, and this is just going to be a wonderful change for DMRs and far better than just being able to use the 3.0. So yeah, really good change. And I did go in and double check on Aruni. She does not have these scope options. She just has her usual 1Xs and the 1.5, which is good. I think that's a great range for her being on defense. So wonderful. And yeah, that's a massive improvement to DMRs. Now you might have noticed that all my footage here for the new version of the test server, there's no HUD elements showing up whatsoever. This is now a new option in the game where you can actually switch the entire HUD off. It is the cinematic option and it is really freaking cool. I imagine this is just how every YouTuber is now going to make their thumbnails. But unfortunately, in order to get this, we've apparently lost the realism mode, which is an alternative custom game option, and it is now gone. That was a mode that basically just took away your entire HUD. So you can kind of still do it now with these new HUD options, but that mode also had a special way of handling magazine and ammunition, so it was more realistic as well. So unfortunately, we have lost that, but I'm certainly happy to have gained this no HUD version as well. It's going to be quite cool for making content. But anyway guys, that is all the mid-season balance changes being tested. I'm sure there'll be some other surprise stuff that I'm going to come across that I might make an additional video about. And like I say, the other things like the Jaeger nerf and the Jackal nerf are damage reductions and stuff like that and recoil changes. Probably not going to go in depth with them, but let me know if there's anything you do want me to test, and certainly I might be back with it. Thank you very much for watching guys, and I'll catch you next time.